Hey folks, welcome to Inside Talk with Fazan. And today we're gonna start this series where one can move from manual testing to automation testing. I mean, the so-called manual test. So basically, this is for someone who is, I'm catering this particular series, to the audience where the audience I expect is to be have a very basic knowledge on JavaScript. Even if it's not there, it's fine because I'm gonna talk about each basic each basic things in details in each videos. But it's good to have a very basic knowledge. When I say basic, the expectation is to have how a function is declared, how a variable or a constant is declared, how to import those things, right? So that's the expectations. Even if it's not there, then it's fine. And probably you can go ahead. And in this video, we are gonna talk about a tool, a WebdriverIO, right? So, I mean, we can say that is a tool as a framework. I mean, there are multiple things we can say to that. But the good thing is, this is completely built out of JavaScript and Node.js. So, the expectation would be to ideally have a little knowledge on the JavaScript, right? Okay. So, to get started, what we'll do is we'll talk about how you can configure a system. Since we are talking, since this is for the very beginner thing, I'll guide you through the initial configuration, the requirements to install things, what are the things you need to install, and those stuffs as well. Right. Okay. So the first thing would be to install. Okay, just let me show you what WebdriverIO is first. So this is basically a mobile automation and a test framework, based out of Node.js for WebDriver automation. So in this series, we're not going to talk about anything on the mobile automation. This is just gonna be on the WebDriver automation. You handling the browsers and automating your test cases functionality and those steps. Okay. Apart from that, what we are going to do is I'll walk you through each setup and those stuffs. And also by the end of this series, what I can assure you is you'll be able to build a simple framework where you can write test cases. And the framework would be completely built out of BDD format using Jekyll languages, Cucumber, and those stuffs. We'll talk about in details as we move throughout the videos. To now get started, what are the basic initial setup, right? So the first two things would be to install the Node.js and npm. So basically, these two things are required, and these two can be downloaded via you just go to this particular thing, Node.js download. Probably as per your system configuration, what you can do is you can download it. Mostly, don't download the current version, rather than go for the LTS. Probably that's the best thing which you can do, so that you can avoid any errors going forward. This is something, LTS is basically something which has been used by many customers. This is something current features which are latest developed. So we'll go ahead with the LTS, and as per your system configuration, download the zip file or package file and then extract it. So what happens here basically is once you download this particular this particular file, so it kind of gives you let me just show you that file, like how it works. So once while you try to extract and install this file, right? So it basically installed both Node.js and npm as well. So you can just since I have already installed, I'm not going to install this. You can just continue and install this stuff. And to make sure whether it's installed or not, open your terminal, and you can use this particular command to see, say for example, node. So this will give you an confirmation that it's been installed and what version has been installed in the system. So you can use this as a reference, whenever you face any issues or something like that, you can talk about it in the comments, like which version you're using, why you're facing this particular thing. And similarly, you can test for whether the npm installation has happened or not. And yes, so we have npm versions, npm installed in our system, and we have Node.js installed on the system. So the next thing which you should be installing is the IDEs, like where we will actually code, right? So I would suggest you to download IntelliJ, and for the download, I will share the link in the description as well. I don't have right now. Okay, IntelliJ. So you can use this IDE. I mean, this is what something which I'll be using throughout this particular series. And I'm someone who has moved from VS Code to IntelliJ, considering their usability, right? So I would suggest either to go with IntelliJ or Visual Studio Code. And I mean, there is no stopping here. You can use anything because it doesn't impact much on the performance. It's most about the usability and the UX, like user experience. So I won't force you to say, like, I mean, per se, like, force you to use this. But again, this is just a suggestion. If you want, you can take it, or if you're comfortable already with some other IDs, say NetBeans, Eclipse, anything, you can just go ahead with it. I don't mind. Like, that should be fine. That shouldn't impact our learning of what we're going to here. All right. And apart from that, just to give you a clear context of what we are going to do is we will learn each, say, each, like, how to run the test cases, how to compile, how to debug, and how to, classify the test cases, declaring functions, common functions, using weights, all those things, we are going to learn in this particular series. Trust me, you can trust me on that. I'll try to release videos very frequently so that we can be in touch, and then our learnings, be in continuous flow. Apart from that, now what you can do is just install this particular thing. I'll definitely come up with the very next video soon, where we will set up the WebdriverIO and the basic initial configuration, WDIO configuration files. Until then, and yeah, most importantly, yeah, I mean, this is a must, right? So do subscribe to the channel, right? Probably, so that, and notify the bell icon so that you get an update whenever I release a video. I'll try to wrap this up within a 15-part video, but since I haven't recorded, I've recorded very few videos. I'll see how it goes, and probably we can work and learn together. All the best, and thank you so much. Do keep in touch.